Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nkonye, aka NdiNaija. Ja. People, just like it says at the top of this page, or these pages, I will be analyzing my bills for 2020 to give you a report on if I did as planned in 2020, and with an eye to reviewing this for 2021. So, I did this in 2019, or made this sheet in 2019 in order to, wrote out more than one, in order to look over my bills and analyze them for 2020 to see if, I could maybe get prepared and eventually pay less by averaging some bills. I did that for electricity and was it internet? I forget. But I did that for electricity especially because I could do that. So from last year, my bills reduced a bit last year from 2019. I'm going year over year. And I use this to make my yearly annual budget, which I've already done. So I just wanted to share with you guys and see what and see what how it went. So I have a column for budget total and what it would cost monthly. So this is the budget, and what's going to be in here are the actuals. So for electricity, I decided I was just going to pay about $85 per month. And I did that in January, February, and then some months, I was like, whoa, because this was winter time for us in Texas. So come April, I was like, whoa, I really don't need to, pay all that. I might as well pay less. Yeah, do less. God bless. If you watch Straight Kennedy, you'd understand where that reference is coming from. May, I paid 85. In June, I paid 50. And some of this actually helped me because I had other unexpected bills come up. July, I paid 80. Let's see. In August, I paid 85. In September, I paid 100. This is when our summer is really, really raging. September, I paid $100. October, I paid $100.53. Now, notice that a couple of months I paid 50. So if I had actually stayed with paying 85, I would have probably paid about 85 on these months. So October, $100.53. November, I paid 80. And December, I paid 80. So let's see what the total of that is. So I paid $965.53, which is lower than my expectation of 1,020. I wonder if this means I can just pay $80 a month. Let's add that up again. I'll be right back. So I've written out what I spent for electricity. I did the same for my water bill and for my internet. So total for electricity was actually that 965 and 53, and the average was $80.46. Now, I think that means I can make my electricity monthly budget to be $81 instead of 85. Yeah, since I spent less than that, I I mean it's a small amount, but $10 here, $15 here, and what's the total even, or what's the difference? So I estimated 1,020 or budgeted 1,020 and spent 965.53. So that's almost $55. So, $55 here, $55 here, $100 here. By the time you do that several times, it adds up. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm thinking that the most important part of this bill tracker that you guys will be interested in seeing is how I did with my variable expenses. So I think that's what we should focus on tracking right now. And we will start with eating out. In January, let's see what I spent. And for most of these, I have budget closeout videos, and you'll see that up here in the cards. The playlist will be listed down below as well. So eating out was $110.22 in January. Groceries and household was $716.12. Health and hygiene, gas was $170. Health and hygiene, that was an expensive month, so it was $716 and 12. I'm sorry, that's the exact same amount as my groceries and household, isn't it? But it was $700 though. $714.90. And I wasn't tracking these activities because I put what should have been here into TJ's what do you call it? His sinking fund. I have a sinking fund for him, so I have an envelope where I put money aside every month to pay for extra things for his taekwondo uniforms, new swim clothes, uniforms for school, and school supplies. I put all that together in one envelope and just say TJ's stuff. It's easier for me to track that way. And then also bill savings. Bill savings for January was $185. And my debt repayment for January was $800. So that's what it's looking like. I think since I've written all this down for January, let's go through and do the eating out budget for until December, right? So eating out, February I spent $175.94. In March, $135.90. Oh, was that the kid? In April, make sure I put that period there. In April, that was quite a low month. It was $57.94 that I spent. I'm guessing I did not go to either Starbucks or Chick-fil-A, or I had money left over. In May, what did we do in May? 126 and 65. All this is telling me that I need to go back down to this range because recently it went up. 126.65, July 1. Make sure I'm still in frame. Whoops, sorry about that. July, what was July? 135.81. No, that's June. 135.81. July is 157.72. August, now we see a huge jump. 251.80. September is 131.43. October is 112.78. November is 108.94. And December is 159.49. Total that I spent for eating out. I'll calculate it and come back to you guys. So my total eating out, or total that I spent eating out for the year 2020 is 1,664.62. I need to write that properly. 1,664.62. And when I take an average of that, divide it by 12, I come up with $138.72, rounded up to 72 cents. 138.72. So this shows me that it's something I can do. Hope you guys saw that. This is an average, and I like to do my budgets based on the averages of what I spent the previous year, especially if, it was a normal year, nothing extraordinary happened, which is why we have categories, right? I like to put any special categories or special expenses in a separate line item. Hold on one second. Okay, false alarm. So, I was saying that I like to do my budgeting based on my average, which is why I have this column here, for the year. But I think I'll change that to 150. Now that things are different, yeah, it'll come down to 150. On the groceries and household section, I think I should just write all of this out and talk it through with you guys so that you don't have to endure me looking through this. So I'll zoom out a smidge so that you guys can see the whole picture when I come back. Okay, so here is the whole thing for variable expenses. I will zoom in a little more so that you guys can see it clearly. So eating out, we can see the progression. Sort of stayed under 200, under 150. Then April was pretty low. I should probably highlight that. You need indicators. This just might be an accounting nerd thing. I'm not an accountant, I'm an engineer, so I love spreadsheets as well. So that's a low amount, and then the highest amount is this 251.80. And as you can see, total was that. Groceries and household, we stayed, that was pretty high. The lowest I can see is this 537.23 here. And the highest amount was was also in August when we went back to school. I didn't go back to school. The kid went back to school. But a lot of his school supplies were purchased from there. And I didn't have enough money to cover from the sinking fund envelope, so it just went into the regular groceries and household. So that was an anomaly. I can also highlight that one. And the total spent for groceries and household for the entire year was $9,921.94 for an average of $826.83. And this is why this number has to come down, because generally my budget is about $700 a month, and that's what I budgeted. That was the total being $8,400. So let's see what the difference was. The difference this time is negative. So we have 9921.94 actual minus my budgeted of 8400. So I was 1,521. Let's call it 1,000. I want to say, call it 1,500. Just rounding really down here. $1,500 over budget, or over $1,500 over budget. So yes, I need to be more careful, especially with my groceries and household budget. Gas, we were pretty okay on gas. Ended up spending a total of, oops, let me make sure that that's this. This is why this is better in spreadsheet form, like on Excel. But I don't know how to do the screen recording thing on my computer, partly because I still need a new computer that hasn't been purchased yet. Where were we? So gas, the total for gas was 1,362.83. Ooh. And the average was 113.57. Now I'm not sure how this will change if my next job ends up being one where I have to drive out of the house every single day, because with TJ going to school virtually and me working from home, most of the time I go out maybe 2-3 times a week for site visits and meetings and such. I don't know how that number will change, but I will anticipate it going up. Yeah. Health and hygiene. I'm hoping that this year it'll be much lower, since I've decided not to do or not to go to Sephora to purchase stuff for my face and skin. I did do a Bath and Body Works purchase, so you guys will see that. But overall, health and hygiene, at the end of the year, I spent $2,070.57, which gives us an average over the 12 months of $172.55. I do not want to spend that much. If anything, if that number reduces by 10, that'll be great. By a multiplier of 10, that'll be great, which will bring me to $210 for health and hygiene. Oh, that isn't realistic. I have been ill. But anyway, let's not have the Sephora. Let's bring that down, and whatever else should be purchased will be, or should be, in this groceries and household, because then it'll be part of the household budget. So there we have for the variable expenses. Now let's see which ones were over budget. We were under budget. Let's use a green for the ones we were under budget. We were under budget for eating out at $1,664.62. We were over budget for groceries and household at the $9,921.94. I really should round up. We were under budget for gas, and we were over budget for health and household. Yeah, this is why things have to change. Under budget, or over budget rather, for health and household. For bills savings, I anticipated $2,220 in total, with the rest, and that was when my plan was to save $5,000 in the year 2020. That didn't exactly happen, because if you guys have been watching my channel, you would know that several other things came into my budget that I didn't anticipate. Parenting facilitation, lawyer fees, therapy for my kid, and it changed my spending budget and debt repayment and savings plan completely. But that is neither here nor there. I'm going to do the additions now for the bill savings and debt repayment rows, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've added it all up. The debt repayments went this way. As you can see, I didn't have anything in the regular savings. This was supposed to be, I think, 400 and something every month. That was the plan. And if I didn't have these other things, it might actually have worked. I would have paid off my car for sure last year. So anyway, some months I was able to do the 185 as planned. Some months it went higher. And I was able to do 315 in May, stayed at the 185, and in December went to 225. So in total, and oh, the thing is, most of this money that I put into savings, it unfortunately also went to the other things that I said that came up during the year. But practice makes perfect, and once you get into the habit of it, regardless of if something else comes or not, you have that practice, right? So it's my expectation every month to do this. I have canceled the transfer though, uh, based on current conditions, but that will restart soon by the grace of God. So total for 2020 was 2,450, bringing me to an average of $204.17 every month. And that could be a car payment for what was that about the car payment for my Camry way back when? I don't recall, but I think it was close. So that is that. And then on the debt repayment side, it went up and down some. So you can see like this 800 here, went down to 602, went down to 200. I really needed a lot of money at the time. Came back up to 805 at this point. So, went up and down, up and down. And that was almost 8,100, bringing us to an average of $673 every month. So that's an average, and that's actually a nice, also a nice car payment. And this is also not showing you guys the total that I spent on the legal stuff and all of that, which I paid over, I would say about 12 grand for in total. Or over 12 grand, sorry. So based on the way things went, I really could have paid off my car, and if I didn't pay off my credit card, I would have gotten very close. I'm not as motivated to pay off my credit card as I am the car, because I want a new Lexus, because I will get a new, to me, Lexus, whether it's brand new or not, doesn't matter, but it will be a new Lexus to me. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys. If you have not done this level of analysis on your spending for the previous year, I would advise that you do it, because it gives you a good, nice look at everything you've done. I'll fill in the rest of these. As you can see, I was already filling out the medical and dental, taekwondo. We're going to have a break somewhere here and come back up. I mean, down to haircuts. I'm trying to track as much as possible, because what you measure is what you can manage. If you're trying to manage your spending, you have to measure your spending. You measure your spending by tracking it, whether on paper or on Excel. It's important to get that done. And then we will go by the averages to make our new budget. So like I said, I was going to change my electricity from 85 to more like 82. No, that was 81. And just pay that every month. My water bill, that's an auto payment, so that's neither here nor there. My internet bill has gone up because the promotional period ended. It's gone up to $65. They tried to get me for another $10, but that I need to still sort out. My insurance has come down a bit, so if it was $21.60 last year. Let's see, what was the divided by 12? So I estimated 180 every month, and in total I actually spent, that was 20, pen. I actually spent 1956 and 92, which is a lower average. So 163.08. Now I can choose that. Let's see. So bill savings I had from last year, I had 185. So the bills that have since reduced from what do you call it? From 2020 to 2021 would be things like my electricity. So electricity came down by $4. So that's 189. And I need to do a little bit of calculation for this one. That was 180 minus 163.08. Let's do that calculation really quick. Or the average that I actually spent was 163.08 as opposed to 180. So I'm going to take the difference between that average of what I actually spent and add it to this amount. This came from the average of what I saved from my 2019 into 2020 bill. If you have any questions about that, hit me down in the comments below. I'm using this to balance when I save money, or to balance and not do a lifestyle expansion. I think that's, so if your bills reduce, you'll see a little more money in your account, right? Well, rather than think, oh, this is free money, I can just use it on whatever, I'm putting that into this category that I call bill savings. So we're going to add 26.92. We'll call it $27. Let's see if it gives us a round number, 216. I'm going to make that 215. So on my next budget, whenever that happens, we will make this 215. Where are we? Let's use a purple pen. So next, which will be 2021, we're already almost out of January 2021. That will be 215, and this is a number that I'm looking to grow every year because it is optimizing my bills, cutting down on the at least for this part, cutting down on the utilities and putting that money into savings. Imagine when I'm debt free and I'm able to put both this average debt-free amount, or this average debt amount, and that every single month. I know it might be small to some people who are putting away like $4 grand every month, but there was a time that I could only put away $50 for sinking funds, and there was little discussion of savings. Yeah, $50 for sinking funds, $20 for savings, and it's different. So everything will be different very soon. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I apologize that this video is so long, but it's just the nature of this particular beast. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Let me know if you need me to explain this anymore. I can do a short video on that, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.